The New York Rangers met their match. The St. Louis Blues were bad enough, and specifically Jordan Bennington, for the Rangers to win this game. But give them credit. The Rangers played a really strong third period. This was a pretty ugly game, especially the second period. This game went back and forth, and the Rangers trailed going into the third, but they scored 3 goals to win it 6-4. And I think in large part because of a line change that I think we have all been kind of asking for by Gerard Gallant, and it was moving Lafreniere and Kakko to the Zibanejad line. Now I think, and I say we, I mean, everyone has different opinions, but I think that getting the kids involved on a higher line, especially with Zibanejad, is really what you're looking for. And Kreider and VZ, they did not have a great game. The Robert Thomas, Buchnevich, Tarasenko line was really getting the better of Zibanejad, Kreider, and VZ, plus Lindgren and Fox. It was actually a game where I felt Miller Trouba was the strongest pair. Lindgren Fox didn't really have the best game tonight, but you make that switch and it worked. And again, in large part because Jordan Bennington has been horrendous. I mean, really, like that was about as bad a display of goaltending as I've seen in a while. Like it was bad, but it just goes to show you put pucks on net and good things can happen. So for the Rangers, do I think that this is going to be a turning point? Probably not. But maybe you look back on this and maybe, a game that kind of seemed innocent and, a much needed win, maybe that does kind of spark the team. I mean, it's going to be tough. You have 2 games on the road against Vegas and Colorado. It doesn't get a whole lot. It doesn't get much tougher than that. I mean, those are going to be 2 really, really tough games. If the Rangers can win one of them, I'll be very happy with that. I don't think it'll be easy. Vegas is coming off of a win at the Bruins. It's Boston's first home loss of the season. Vegas has been playing very well, and Colorado seems to be finding their form, although they did lose tonight to the Flyers. But that's going to be tough. But the Rangers, they get it done. They've been playing really poorly at Madison Square Garden. This is a much, much needed win. I mean, things were look, and the Rangers got booed off the ice in the second period. This came very close to this continuing feeling of, doom. But they're able to get it done. I did not mention in the last episode that Philip Hedl was out with a lower body injury. He was out again tonight. Hopefully that's nothing too bad. It sounds day to day. Doesn't sound like it's anything that'll keep him out long term. But Hedl was out. In tonight was Johnny Brodzinski. Out of the lineup was Ryan Carpenter. And between the two, I kind of prefer Brodzinski's speed. However, I'm not expecting Brodzinski to be up for long, especially once Hedl is back. But in the interim, did a pretty nice job on the fourth line with Blais and Gauthier. I thought, that line was pretty well. Sammy Blais playing against his former team for the first time. And, of course, Pavel Buchnevich scores tonight for the Blues. You kind of figure that might happen. But St. Louis, I mean, Jordan Bennington specifically was just really, really bad. I mean, these were goals. Most of these goals were from distance. Now, some of them were deflections, but even still, like when I think about at least one of the deflections, even that should have been stopped. But if you're the Rangers, you'll take it. They're now 12-10-5. And look, like things were bad and there was a lot of sloppiness in this game. Defensively, the Rangers were not very good. Igor Shesterkin has not been playing well, and that continues. And so Igor needs to find his game. But still, the most promising thing to me, again, Lafreniere and Kakko with Zibanejad. Just let's keep that. Let's keep that and see where it goes. And you figure out the rest. I assume that Trocheck, Panarin, Kravtsov line will stay together. Now, whether Heedle's in or out, I'm sure Kreider then finds himself in the third line. With who? Probably VZ, I guess. And the fourth line stays the same. But we'll see. So, Rangers, first period, not a whole lot of opportunities, I'd say, for either team. Pretty low event first period early on. Rangers definitely got into trouble penalty-wise tonight, and it didn't kill them. It could have, but it didn't. But Ryan Lindgren took a couple penalties tonight. There's one thing Ryan Lindgren does. He does take a lot of penalties. As much as I'm a big Ryan Lindgren fan, he takes a lot of penalties. He tripped Nick Leddy. Rangers penalty kill does a good job there, though. Then at 17-14, another goal for Braden Schneider. Braden Schneider scoring goals, and that's great to see. I think Schneider is playing with some more confidence. And that's his third goal of the season. So for Schneider, this is officially his first home goal. Because if you remember against the Oilers, that was a disallowed goal. This is his first career MSG goal. Assisted by Julien Gauthier. Nice play by Gauthier. And then also Sammy Blais got in on the forecheck to create that. But the Blues responded each time. And that's what concerns me for the Rangers, is that when the Rangers scored, each time, well, not each time, but very soon thereafter, the Blues would have a chance or score. And in this case, it's Pavel Buchnevich. The former Ranger scores his ninth goal of the season from Leddy and Thomas at 18:24. After that, though, Jordan Kyrou hooks Jacob Trouba. A good game from Jacob Trouba tonight. And the Rangers score. Adam Fox, his seventh goal of the season from Panarin and Trocheck. With 28 seconds left in the first, the Rangers would have a 2-1 lead going into the second. However, 17 seconds in, Vladimir Tarasenko scores unassisted. So you just can't have that. And that was very quick and easy, and it makes it 2-2. But the Rangers do respond themselves, and it's a goal by Vincent Trocheck, who had a pretty nice night. His ninth goal of the season from Panarin and Trouba at 1:07 of the second. The Rangers regain that one-goal lead. Then Trouba and Tarasenko get into it, leads into some 4-on-4 action. And then 14 seconds into that, Ryan Linger with a hooking penalty. So it's 4-on-3, but a good kill. That 4-on-3 was a good kill by the Rangers, but then Alexis Lafreniere takes a bad holding penalty. We've seen Lafreniere with the bad penalties. This one does cost the Rangers as Jordan Kyrou ties it up at 3. His 10th of the year from Falk and Barbashev. And at 11:04, we're tied up. Then right after that, at 12:35, the Blues take the lead. Ryan O'Reilly scores his 8th goal from Schenn and Kyrou. And it's a 4-3 Blues lead, like I said. And the Rangers didn't really have a great end to that second period, but going to the third, and who knew what to expect? This is the first Ranger win when trailing after 2 periods. First time this year. They've lost in their first 7 instances. But it was an innocent shot by Keandre Miller, but good work by Kakko and Lafreniere. And I should say, Kakko is just very snake-bitten. Again, I got to the point where I do blame Kakko because I feel like it just doesn't seem like he's much of a goal scorer. However, it's been a lot of bad luck as well. But Kakko with really good board play. And it's a very innocent shot by Keandre Miller that's a goal. Keandre's first goal of the season from Lafreniere at 4:48, and we're all tied up at 4. Then, at 8:16, the Rangers take the lead. And another situation where that Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Kakko line gets the job done, and it's a deflection by Lafreniere. 4th goal of the season from Zibanejad. So Zibanejad takes the shot from far out. Lafreniere gets a stick on it, and it goes through Binnington. Rangers take a 5-4 lead. Then, things almost get bad. Vinny Trocheck hooking penalty at 13:39. But Chris Kreider gets a breakaway shorthanded, and he scores. His 13th goal of the season, unassisted, and with less than 6 minutes to go, the Rangers are up 2. They kill off the rest of that penalty, and they win the game by that 6-4 score. This was a much-needed win for the New York Rangers. Where will they go from here? We'll see. I'd like to get Filipino back in the lineup. Libor Hayek, I have not been thrilled with his play, but there's really no other. I mean, Ben Harper is on the roster, but I would expect Libor Hayek to be in there next game. As poorly as I felt he played, I don't think it was enough to take him out, especially after a win. Last year at Vegas did not go well for the Rangers. Gerard Gallant's return, and at the time, Ryan Reeves. That did not go well. That was one of the worst Ranger games I remember. Now, at that time, they might have been dealing with COVID. It sounds like that was possible, maybe. Either way, that wasn't good. And the Rangers, hopefully playing tough teams can help. Maybe that's just an optimistic approach, but they should be up for these games. Again, Vegas and Colorado should definitely draw their attention. Not that it should ever come down to that, but let's see what these lines do. Stay patient with them. I would not go away from them. Look, I have a bad feeling that Kreider will be back with Zibanejad before you know it. But at least you can keep one of Lafreniere or Kakko with them. At least that's half the battle. But still, let's see Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Kakko, and what that could do for the kids' confidence. It might do a lot for them, and it really showed in this game that, when you play with Mika Zibanejad instead of Barclay Goodrow, no offense to Goodrow, that's going to make a major, major difference. So, again, Rangers win 6-4. It was ugly, but they get it done. Nice little comeback there in the third period. And now let's see what they do at Vegas and at Colorado. Expectations aren't high, but maybe they'll surprise me.